Hello, welcome back. Today I'll be talking a little about the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So let's start. The film follows Miles Morales, a boy who seems quite happy and uncomplicated, but who carries a weight and a constant internal struggle that often afflicts him. The story begins with Miles leaving his house for school, a school to which he is forced to go by his parents, who load him with responsibilities and tell him what and how he has to do things without even thinking about how he feels. They doubt about his potential, and that is the reason why they are constantly worried about him. Feeling so pressured, Miles turns to his uncle Aaron, who is like his second father and best friend. Uncle Aaron fully trusts Miles and his potential, and unlike his parents, he lets him be as he is and does not limit him at all. On the contrary, this drives him to exploit all those abilities and trust himself. While Miles and his uncle are painting graffitis on the subway of the Brooklyn subway, Miles is bitten by a radioactive spider that, although it may not seem like it, ends up giving him superhuman abilities and changing his life completely and forever. The beginning is quite chaotic because he has no idea how to deal with those powers, going from sticking to walls, sweating excessively, until ending up wrapped in the hair of the girl in his class named Gwen. Miles is in a serious hurry for not having control of all the gifts that the spider gave him. All this makes sense when Miles goes to the place where he was bitten by the spider and finds Spider-Man fighting with several of his enemies who were trying to activate a collider to open portals to other dimensions. Although Spider-Man recognized him and promised to help him in his process, he ends up dying and leaving all responsibility for the city on Miles. The plan with the collider was to bring the family of the boss of all villains called Kingpin, because he lost his family in a traffic accident and he was willing to break the realities to be with them again. And this collider gave him the possibility to bring any version of his family that was anywhere in the multiverse. But because to a miscalculation and collateral damage, that day did not return his family, but different variants of Spider-Man from different universes that would serve as support for Miles to grow as a character and as a hero. Through Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Noir, Penny Parker, and Peter Porker, Miles will find the necessary teachings to follow his path. He would find the mentor of life and guide that will impel him to trust himself and that spark that was within him. The main attraction of this story, I would say, is the passion with which it tells things. It is very easy to connect with each of the characters and especially with Miles because, like him, we have all been at a point in our lives where we just need a leap of faith. That's the big point of the film, the leap of faith. Although in the context of the film it can be quite simple and perhaps without any background, but the reality is that it goes much further. Miles' leap of faith tells us that we have always had the potential there, that we have always been able to achieve wonderful things, but that because to lack of faith in ourselves and that constant fear of failing, we have not reached our goals. The poster comes to represent that with the scene of the leap of faith, many times we let ourselves be limited by things from the past, situations that keep us clinging to fear and don't allow us to free ourselves and break all those chains that don't let us be free. The poster is upside down because even though it looks like he's falling, Miles is actually ascending, and that jump represents Miles' rise to being a Spider-Man. It represents the liberation of himself from all those situations and moments that once made him doubt. The rays are a power that he has in the film, but they also represent the strength he has within himself and with the force that makes the leap. That, although with fear, Miles understands that it is not that we are less afraid, but that we become braver. Miles makes his way through everything negative and understand that the only thing that separates us from our goal is a leap of faith.